On this episode of Extreme UTV Tech, it's mod time again. Gonna be getting some better sight, some more light, and some pretty incredible bling with Project Party Wagon. So working on this project, you've heard me mention several times about turning this hog around, especially when you're in the woods. It's so long, you got to back up and pull forward, make like a 12-point turn to get it turned around. It really is a little bit of a handle, and I've really been wanting a set of side mirrors for it to kind of make that easier, especially backing up, especially rock crawling where it's a lot easier to see your rear tires. The way I'm set up now, and even in a two-door, your passenger side rear tire, when you're rock crawling, you can't even see it. You just have to, rely on your instincts on where it is. So I've been wanting a set of side mirrors. Got hooked up with the guys at Sector 7, and these are absolutely the trickiest mirrors I've ever seen in my life. Now, these are the Spectrum mirrors by Sector 7. If you've never heard of Sector 7, I know a lot of UTV guys are transplants from the Moto world. All Moto guys have heard of the company Moto Billet. This is them. Sector 7 is kind of their UTV name, Sector 7 by Moto Billet. These are their Spectrum mirrors. These are a fully Billet 6061 machine mirror, 100%. There is no plastic on this thing. It's got a nice sized convex mirror, so you get that wide angle. You can see really everything behind you. The trickiest thing about these is the front. They have two flush mounted built-in LED cubes, and these things throw out a ton of light. These things are over 7,000 lumens each, so you throw a pair of these on your machine, that's 14,000 lumens of light that you're going to be throwing down the trail. Another interesting thing is the way they're built. So you've got your mirror that you would have on the side. This light points forward. This one's angled out to the side. So not only are you going to throw light forward, you're going to throw light out to the side so you can see what's around you. These things, once they're mounted up, have a 210-degree field of view. Pretty impressive. They're not heavy at all to be 100% aluminum. Super trick. I mean, anything billet, come on. It's awesome. They come with these clamps that are also billet. These are adjustable. They will fit tubes from 1.25 inch all the way up to 2 inch. And while the hinge here is not a breakaway style, the way this clamp mounts, once you have it cinched up to your cage, you don't want to crank it down super tight. I'll talk about this more when we install them. But the way these install, if you were to happen to hit a tree or have some sort of impact on the mirror, these clamps will spin. So you're not going to break these off. You're not going to destroy them. Literally one of the coolest things, one of the coolest pieces I've ever seen for a RZR. So we're going to get these installed. Nothing to it, just a couple electrical connections. So let's get at it. And then we're going to wait until it's dark and really show you how much difference these things make. What? Do you think I wasn't going to say it? Of course we're giving a set of these away, but you got to stay tuned to the very end to learn how to win. Don't skip ahead. Alright, first things first, getting these bolted up is pretty stupid easy. 5mm Allen wrench. Go ahead and loosen those two bolts up to expand your clamp. Put it where you want it. As you can see, I've got this kind of half quarter, whatever they call it, windshield. More like a third windshield, but you can, if you want, you could mount these backwards and put this faceplate on the inside and mount this lower. The only negative with that, running it with a windshield, so you could get your clamp lower under the windshield, but if you had an impact on the mirror, that spin, clamp spin that I told you about earlier, you're not going to get that because the windshield is going to block it. So I'm going to mount mine just above it to where they can still rotate if need be. I'm not planning on slamming any trees, but you know, you never know. I would recommend when you're looking for a place to mount these, go ahead and mount one up. I've got the driver's side already mounted, and look at your line of sight everywhere and make sure, you know, it's not blocking your field of view, that you can still see behind you, you can still see the back tire, you know, and kind of play with it. This is not permanent, obviously, and I'm not opposed to moving it if I needed to. But on the driver's side, I've got it mounted here, and I like, you know, where it is, and it doesn't look goofy being this high up. And either way, when you get these on your cage, you want to tighten them, you know, to where they won't move. But you still want, you know, if you had an impact, they'll turn, and that's what you want. Again, you don't want those very tight. Next, take this screw all the way totally out. Take your mirror, slide it in, put your screw back in. Now about the breakaway, I don't want to mislead anybody. These are not a breakaway style, but the way this ball and socket is machined, these mirrors, you can see my clamp is kind of mounted perpendicular, you know, with the machine. The mirrors will turn almost all the way in flat, just on their own. It's got that much adjustment in it. But beyond that, like if you were to hit a tree or something at speed, you know, they'll fold in that much, but still, if you caught something with that edge, you know, typical hard mounted clamp style, you're gonna rip that off. That's why you need to leave these, you know, a little more than snug, but you know, a severe impact, this whole assembly is gonna rotate in. So you're not gonna destroy the mirror, you're not gonna lose the mirror. Also, once you get everything adjusted and pointed the way you like it, there's a tensioner on this ball and socket right here. And so once you get everything pointed and, you know, adjusted how you like it, just start cinching down on that, and you know, you can give the mirror a little wiggle to see how loose it is. You don't want it so loose that, you know, if you hit a bump or something at speed or jump the machine, that, you know, the impact of landing or hitting a rock is gonna, you know, shift the mirror. So you want it tighter than that, but also, again, you don't want it so tight that the mirror will not move at all. Again, just, you know, in case you hit something. So mounting them up is as easy as that. I've already got some switches mounted in this RZR, and I've got some wiring harnesses on them that are just bundled up and tied up underneath the dash, just in anticipation of more modification. So I'm gonna unbundle one of those and get these things wired up. It's pretty much dark. Sitting here looking at the woods. This is inside the RZR from the driver's seat. I'm trying to give y'all as good of a comparison as I can. So here are the low beams. That's the factory low beam headlights. Alright. Just kind of looking left to right, give you a perception of what's going on here. This is high beam, so all the way up, low, factory high beam. as you can see. Now I'm going to turn the mirrors on with the factory high beam. See if you can see the difference. Look at the difference to the side and also to the front, how much brighter. I mean, honestly, the amount of light these things throw out to the side is unbelievable. Yeah, this is a good comparison. So, factory high beams all the way up, factory RZR high beams still on. You can see that's the passenger side mirror, and I'm looking out the passenger side door, and mirrors on. I mean, it lights up literally beside the machine. I mean, this is outside the driver door. I mean, it's literally 100. It's 210 degree, more than 180 degree field of view. Pretty unbelievable. Alright guys, so that does it for the install of these Pro Moto Billet mirrors, these Sector 7 Spectrum mirrors. Install is really a piece of cake. A couple screws, get these things clamped on. I gotta say, this is easily the trickiest part I've got on this machine. I mean, fully billet 6061 aluminum convex mirrors, and the flush mounted cubes on the front are really, I mean, it sets these mirrors above anything else available on the market. Really, really cool. One thing, another point I'd like to add is these trim rings. These aluminum trim rings, there's two around each cube, and there's one right here around the face of the mirror. Those are removable. If you're really into, you know, color matching and getting that exact, you know, detail on your machine, you can pop these faces off and have them powder coated, or paint them, or anodized, or really anything you want to do to really give it that, you know, that custom look. I like just the brush face. It kind of works on my machine. I'm going to leave them like they are. But like I said, guys, these things are truly game changer for mirrors. I've spun a few laps out here at the park, hit a few trails. Being able to just, you know, just turn your eyes and glance behind you, see where your rear tire is, see who's coming up behind you. It really makes a huge difference in these machines, and plus the lights. I mean, these lights, you know, obviously this machine's got lights all over it, but this thing, it's that many more lumens, and plus the side view. You know, all my lights, you know, you turn them on and you light up what's ahead of you, and these things light up, like I said earlier, 210 degree, you know, field of vision here with these lights. So not only are you lighting up, you know, with these ahead of you, these angled lights, you're lighting up everything beside you too. It makes a huge difference, as you can see from the footage riding around at night. Really, really happy with these mirrors. Okay, so the big question again, as I said earlier, we are giving away a set of these mirrors to one of you lucky viewers. So how do you win? Well, we, Busted Knuckle Films, will be making a post on our Instagram page at Busted Knuckle Films about this product. Get on our Instagram page, you'll see it. Moto Billet, also at Moto Billet on Instagram, will be sharing the same post. Get on either one of them, tag 2 friends. Make sure you go like Moto Billet's Instagram page, again at Moto Billet on Instagram. Tag 2 friends. If you want to double your chances, tag 2 friends on all the posts. Any of them you see, tag friends. Make sure you like their page, and pretty soon we'll be picking one lucky winner, and we will send them a brand new set of these mirrors right here. It's that easy. You watch, you tag friends, you win. Simple. If you want to see any other episodes of Extreme UTV, you can check those out. We'll leave links over here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you subscribe to Busted Knuckle Films. Turn on notifications so anytime we post anything new, you'll be the first one notified so you can see it first. And we'll see you next time on Extreme UTV Tech.